And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen,
What's up, everybody?
and I'm Cameron Woolley. So, I'm a slow week in terms of news, but
Uh,
I
I
got a
mean,
lot down. We've got a lot to talk about this week.
all right, you have stuff because I'm trying to outrun the murder hornets. That's all I'm trying to do.
Oh
That's
God, those things. I completely forgot to. I didn't even think about that. So if you've been living under a rock, uh, I think they're either the Japanese giant hornet or the Asian giant hornet.
I believe they originate from Japan, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah, they're wasps. No, they're hornets, which are for those that know me, they're my least favorite animal. They terrify me. They're 2 inches long. Yeah, so imagine like a hornet the size of my thumb.
Yes,
The size of my thumb. It's got a stinger. I think is around a fourth of an inch long.
yes.
And from what I've heard, if you get stung by one, it feels like a hot nail being driven into you, and you gotta go to the hospital.
That's the description I was given as well, and it sounds awful. And I want no part of this. I don't like insects. I don't like bees. I love
Oh,
honey.
bees are cool. Bees are chill.
Yeah,
I like bees.
well, as long as they're not trying to sting you. But these things look like they're out of like anime or something. They look like they're out of a comic book. They look like they're out of a really bad sci-fi movie.
Oh yeah, they're just like you've seen Wreck It Ralph, right?
I have, yes,
Yeah, they're like the bugs from that, the Psy bugs.
yes. That yeah. I really want no part of this. So, yeah,
Yeah, tell me about it.
yeah.
I've known about these things for years because I went on like when I was like way younger. I'd go on like little crazes where I'd be obsessed with a random thing. I had a wildlife phase, and I've known about these things for years, and they've always interested me, and they've always terrified me, and I've been like, ha ha ha! Thank God they're not here. And now I find out a couple hours, like not a couple hours ago, but like I think on Sunday, I logged on to Twitter just to see something about I don't know, like something with football, and and I saw that murder hornets were trending, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you see those
And I
big.
see Asian murder hornet sighted in the U.S. for the first time, and I'm like, oh god.
Can't catch a break, man. Can't catch a
First the
break.
coronavirus, and now this.
Yeah. But speaking of bugs, I thought, are you familiar with the date October 5th, 2007? Yankees Indians, ALDS Game Two. Jabba Chamberlain is on the mound. I don't know if you remember this one, but this is the one where all the bugs were attacking them.
Oh, I've seen baseball clips where
It's
it's
it's, it's definitely on YouTube.
I saw there was a clip I think last year where there was like a beehive, a swarm of bees in a dugout, and they had to literally bring beekeepers with wearing full suits,
Yes.
like smokers, and like packing a fire hose of Raid, just going over there. They're just going like,
Yeah, this one was crazy though. Even with the cameras and they were swarming Jabba Chamberlain, and it was pretty ridiculous. I think nothing got they weren't murder hornets. They weren't bees or something. They were little gnats. They're called
oh god, that's the
midges.
worst.
Yeah, and they and they were spraying Jabba Chamberlain off with a can of off, and it wasn't doing anything. It was in fact, from what I'm reading here, it attracted them even more. The bug spray, so it wasn't.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, and of course it threw him off. I mean, why wouldn't it?
Oh
A
yeah.
swarm of like bugs when you're trying to pitch in a playoff game.
At Yankee Stadium. At
Uh,
old Yankee Stadium.
yeah, so so just to make this related to baseball. Sometimes the nature gets in the way, and yeah. Although I can't remember. I think they win that game. I'm gonna have to load.
No, the Indians won the series.
Okay, right. But did they win game 2? I got to check that out. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah. That I just thought I'd bring that up. That was
God.
Oh, I like laughing at Jabba Chamberlain. So, him and
Let me guess, former Oriole that dipped in free agency.
who Jabba Chamberlain?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean the Orioles that killed him. Who,
Was he one of those?
they hit good. They hit pretty good against him when he was on the Yankees. So,
Um.
Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, he's a former Yankee. I thought he was a former Oriole.
No.
I thought he was one of those pitchers that nearly got like completely killed in development. Like guys
Jeez,
like Jake Arrieta.
Jeez, get in line for that list, man. Freaking. Oh my God.
Like Jake Arrieta, Andrew Miller. Although Andrew Miller was good for the Orioles for a bit.
Yeah. Andrew Miller is still good. I think he might be injured right now, but
Andrew Miller. I mean, he's been. I remember when he was on the Yankees. Then he
great.
ended up. Then he ended up kind of pitching he was kind of Josh Hader before Josh Hader in the 2016 playoffs of the Indians, where they'd throw him in the 7th to close.
Yeah.
It's like Terry Francona ended up turning his arm into a wet noodle.
Pretty much. He was pretty. Andrew Miller's pretty reliable, man. I like that guy.
Andrew Miller. When he was on the Yankees, I remember Run DMC, Dillon, Miller, and Chapman.
All right, it was a group effort.
Yeah. I mean, the Yankees have had a killer bullpen for the last, pretty much ever. They've always had a killer bullpen.
They have, and should the season start this year, they have a pretty killer starting rotation as well.
Which segues into what I'm about to talk about perfectly. Segues. Apparently, by the end of this week, I don't know, I've been seeing it on social media. Apparently, like Jeff Passan apparently tweeted this out.
Okay.
And don't hold me to this. I've just seen this on Instagram, and
he's fairly reliable.
Apparently, by the end of this week, they're gonna release the plan for Major League Baseball in 2020.
Okay.
So, from what with how things are trending and like over here in the US of A, things are starting to open up. Things are starting to loosen up. Parks opened around here. I wouldn't be shocked if baseball ended up being played in 2020, which I hope to God it is.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't have any content right now.
Right. I mean, we're just making fun of old players from 2007 and bugs.
Yeah.
But even that, bringing back stuff is pretty funny. I for me, if they manage to play half the season, if they can get 81 games in, me personally will be satisfied.
The Oakland A's are going to get the first overall pick at that point because they don't play the first 81 games.
No, right. Yeah, they're on fire.
A's.
They're on
I
fire.
swear to God, have you seen a team perpetuate? I haven't seen such a perpetual underdog story more than the Oakland A's. Because when it happens one time, when it happens a couple times, it's cute.
Right.
But it's like the Eagles. It's like when it happens every single time, it doesn't become shocking.
Right.
Like it becomes talking points for MLB Network to say, "Oh my God, who could have seen this coming?" But meanwhile, I've seen this kind of thing play out. Eagles play out so many times. It's not shocking. Hey. Like last year with the Eagles, when everyone went down, they were 5-7, playing the Giants. Yeah. Like, oh, all hope is lost. Eli Manning's torching them. And I'm like, this is when the Eagles become another Cinderella story that you just can't hate. That's right. That happens every year. There's 3 years in a row it happened. 3.
Right. And
2017, it was 13-3. Carson Wentz went down. They won the Super Bowl, which was actually really cool. Like I love Nick Foles. Like I'm just gonna say it right now, Nick Foles. Like I remember, since we constantly reference it a lot, I'm thinking screw it. It's like the end of Rocky IV when
Ivan Drago, Rocky.
When he wins and then Gorbachev is just kind of just clapping. That was me when the Eagles won the Super Bowl because that.
All right, little respect.
That game was.
You showed a little respect.
Like I could not help but like throughout the fourth quarter, I'm like, oh my god, I respect the hell out of the Eagles.
Yeah, yeah. Nick, man, held it together
Yeah,
for
Nick
sure.
Foles.
You gotta love it, and then stepped aside. So, and
And
you
then
know,
the next year he comes back and wins a playoff game.
yeah,
I mean, Cody Parkey won that playoff game for them, but
sure,
again, he went on a final drive.
yeah,
He threw the go ahead touchdown pass to current New York Giant Golden Tate.
that's right, that's right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if they ever pointed. I was like, yeah, the season turned around when they beat the Giants. Like, oh,
But dude,
stop.
every single
Stop.
time,
I know, I know,
it turned around when they beat the Giants.
I know.
But like I can name like 3 times off the top of my head where their season got turned. No, 4 times off the top of my head where I can think their season turned around when they beat the Giants. In this last decade, by the way.
Right.
In this decade.
Of course.
2010 Miracle at the Meadowlands, first Giants game I ever watched, by the way. I still get flashbacks to Deshaun Jackson. 20 and their last 3 seasons.
Yes.
The last 3 seasons. In 2017, the Jake Elliott field goal,
Right.
which the guy isn't even starting for the Eagles now, I think, at kicker. Which because kickers for some reason have this ability to become like the 50 caliber sniper rifles whenever they play the Giants. 2018, I remember the Eagles were I think 5-7. And then the Giants were leading 19-3 at halftime, and then the Eagles come back. What a shock! You can't hate these guys.
It's like, wow, look at how they played since they beat the Giants. Yeah,
happens.
exactly. Wow.
No, but last year I lost sleep over it because I was up all night because Eli Manning was starting, and
Right.
it was again another time where Eli Manning turned in a solid performance, and then the defense let him down, which happened remotely his entire career, except for those couple times where he ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Right. So back to baseball real quick. So I mean, they're talking about a 100-game season. And we talked about this last week. They're realigning into the 3 divisions, each 10 teams. Could be interesting. All the talk I've been seeing this week is if this does happen. So it looks like if they are going to play baseball, it's going to be like this, which I mean, it looks fine to me. But all the stories I've been reading is like, well, the Yankees have a clear advantage in that Eastern Division.
Well, yeah. You think I have a problem with that? Dude,
No.
the Yankees get like 10 games against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Right. Yeah.
Not only do I have an excuse to go down to PNC Park, but also the Pirates are a joke.
Yes.
Pirates are a complete joke.
Yes. So the Yankees will be able to beat up on them for however many games they get to play there.
You get to play the Mets, although the Mets always play us well.
Yeah, and you won't have to travel
Because,
far.
that's the only series throughout the season that actually matters to the Mets.
Right.
Like, I remember there was during a game last season when Edwin Diaz got a save. He ended up jumping up and down on the mound like he just won the World Series. I'm like, dude, I get it.
Right.
I get it. You have this. Dude, I'm sorry to say this, but the New York Mets have the worst case of a little brother complex I've ever seen.
Oh, of course.
On this planet. On this planet, the worst case of a little brother complex.
Yeah, and as a result, their fans do too. So it's always a constant battle.
No, we're talking like overall, like we're talking like this is worse than Canada and the U.S. Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking like this is worse than all the other little brother complexes combined. Like the Mets, like they will literally do anything to spite, the Yankees. That was the reason they traded for Marcus Stroman. That was literally the reason they traded for Marcus Stroman. It makes no sense organizationally, but the fact that they made a fluke run against bad teams that somehow made them World Series contenders by their fan standards.
I remember,
which is again the same fan base that calls Yankee fans delusional.
Right.
By the way.
That was funny, and Stroman didn't even want to go to the Mets.
Stroman was like, I could just imagine that. I'm pretty sure this was already done to death by baseball Twitter. But I could just imagine like Stroman getting a call from his agent, or like getting like told by his wife, and then just being like, "Hey, you got traded to New York." I'm like, "Oh, sweet!" And they're like, "You to the Mets?"
Right.
And he's just like, "Oh."
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So
Wait, you know that meme where it's like the guy smiling, and then it's just like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that meme.
yeah.
You know that
That's
meme?
that's exactly what happened to Marcus Stroman last year when he went to the Mets. Got traded to the Mets. Yeah. So I looking at that Eastern Division rotation wise, I don't know if anybody has a better rotation than the Yankees. I think we talked about this last week. The
Syndergaard.
Nationals, and then yeah, I mean the Mets got a couple
Not
great
the
pitchers.
Nationals have a better rotation than the Yankees. Come on,
Yeah.
that rotation's proven. Yeah, I'm saying that because that rotation is proven to win in the playoffs.
Right.
That rotation's won a World Series.
Right. Even against cheaters, but yes.
Yeah, like despite
cheaters.
the trash can banging and the collar buzzing, they won the World Series, and they downright shut down like that Astros lineup that even without the buzzing and banging is still a lethal weapon.
Right.
To any team.
Right, and then offense-wise, Yankees hit second most home runs last year behind the Twins, and they weren't even that far behind, one or two home runs maybe. So they have a pretty clear advantage over everybody else. They should be.
Oh no, don't get it twisted. They're the best team in that division. They're the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Don't get it on paper. I'm saying this on paper.
On paper without any injuries.
On paper.
Without any more injuries. No collapsed lungs.
On paper. No collapsed lungs.
No weird ankle injuries. No calf injuries.
The
whatever.
thing is, like, even though this Yankee team gets injured so much, it's always baseball related. This isn't like Madison Bumgarner on the dirt bike.
Right. Or like Ricky Henderson falling asleep on an ice pack and getting frostbite. Or which happened. I think he missed 3 games doing that. So he fell asleep on an ice pack.
Oh, that's gotta be. How do you even do that?
Ricky would find a way.
Yeah, Ricky being Ricky.
Yeah,
You've heard that phrase before, right?
or Vince Coleman getting rolled up in a tarp. That happened once. A lot of wacky injuries. Oh
my God! Let me guess, Met. He was a Met.
St. Louis Cardinals, I believe.
Wow, not a cursed organization. Wow, quite the opposite of a cursed organization.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, so not only do the Yankees get to beat up on everybody that was already in their division, they get to beat up on all the other teams getting added to the East, including your beloved Pittsburgh Pirates. So
no, dude, like playing against the, I wouldn't say this stuff about the Pirates if I didn't watch Urinating Tree, and he's made like 3 expose videos on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Right.
And, like, they can't develop talent for anything. But I don't love the Pirates. I mean, I like the Pirates.
Yeah,
I'd like if they were good. Like, it's one of those teams that you just want to see succeed.
I gather
that. Like, just because. Also that, I love their ballpark. Their ballpark is gorgeous.
They had a good year or two when they had McCutchen and a couple other guys.
Oh, yeah. MVP Kutch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so basically, this is fun. You're basically adding the Mets and the Phillies and the Nationals to the mix. Throw in the Marlins. I don't really pay attention to the Marlins.
Wait, are the Marlins in there?
They are, yeah. It's
yes.
Yeah, you get to beat up on the Marlins too. So.
Sweet.
Like, I don't want to call any win automatic, but.
Yeah, it's baseball.
yeah. Baseball's a weird game.
But you can call a series.
Yes.
Like you can look at the distinct advantage. Although the Rays are also in that division, but the Yankees beat the hell out of them last year.
Right. But yeah, so if this happens, I can't wait to see you come in after the weekend after the Yankees lose 2 out of 3 or God forbid get swept by the Pirates or
oh God.
or the Marlins.
I know that's going to happen.
And I want to hear that rant about bad bullpen management or bad plays or lack of offense. The usual trademark Cameron Woolley rants that we've grown to know and love.
Trademark season's over.
Yeah. And then the big thing that sticks out in my mind is they're going to play the games no fans though. They're going no fans.
And I don't care. I want
Really?
baseball.
I know, I know, but the fans they're another element, man. They're like the
I think they're gonna start. They might bring fans back around October.
Okay, so they'll
Think
trickle
about
them
that.
in. Okay, well when they do, I'll be there. I'll do it
Oh,
safely.
dude. Oh, if they bring fans back for the playoffs, you know I'm gonna
Yeah,
beg.
yeah, but I mean I've only seen one game with no fans. It was a game they played in Baltimore a couple of years ago when there were riots
Yeah,
there,
where Gary
and
Thorne tried imitating a golf commentator.
yeah, and it was weird. You could hear every voice in the ball.
Yeah.
You could hear all the players. The crack of the bat was just echoing through the ballpark. Was eerie. Like the slap of the ball against the mitt. It was weird, man. I mean, the fans add an element. Even at some of the like
Oh
the
yeah.
Rays or the Orioles where there aren't any fans, you still, it still adds atmosphere. It adds some element, and
Marlins. Marlins, they don't have fans either.
right, exactly. And I think it helps the players for sure. If you're in a packed Yankee Stadium or packed
Uh,
Fenway, packed Wrigley
oh no,
Field.
Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium in October is home field advantage.
Sure.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah. So
Although they
I
did lose two
I
out of
think
three to the
I think
Astros.
that'll be weird. I mean, is it worth to have baseball back? Absolutely. I just think I'm just mentioning that it is going to be very weird with no fans in attendance
Oh yeah, easily.
and no cheering, no standing up 2 outs. Two
Yeah.
outs, and Garrett Cole's about to close out. The seventh or eighth inning, or
Uh,
ninth even. It yeah, it's gonna be a home run ball flying into empty seats, bouncing around. No one there to care. It's gonna be weird for sure.
yeah, it's gonna be very weird.
But yeah, you're right. However, it will be worth it just to just see the games played. So, and I guess so. How's the wild card gonna work out? I guess.
The wild card. They might have to go with an 8-team layout. Honestly,
Okay.
no, but or a 16-team layout. I don't know. I feel like it's like but how I don't, maybe just like the division winners, that they get a like the top two. I think, do we go with an NHL kind of
That's what I was.
format?
That's what I was
Like
thinking.
an NHL format, that would actually not suck.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. No, that wouldn't suck.
But like first place plays a wild card team, and then second and third place teams, they play where the second place team has home field
Yep.
advantage.
Yeah. Um.
And seeding is just decided through normal seeding
Yeah.
things like record and.
Yeah, I'd be down with that, for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that. Absolutely.
For sure. And I'm glad that everyone's gonna be able to play in their home ballpark. That they won't be at like weird neutral locations in Florida or Arizona. And everyone gets to go home and kind of live somewhat of a normal routine. And yeah, this would just kind of be like almost expanded like interleague play, sort of, kind of, with your own divisions thrown in too. So, yeah. So what you said they're gonna announce by Friday?
I mean, I like some by the end of the week, maybe. I don't know. That's like, again, don't hold me to it 100%. But
Yeah. Don't hold us to
so,
anything. Actually, that's a good rule of thumb because
although one thing that I do know
is
is a sport that is coming back in the coming weeks is NASCAR.
Are you a NASCAR fan? I know you
No,
love sports.
I could not. I'd have to put in so much effort to even give a fraction of a shit about NASCAR. But, I mean, I have a friend. You know him. You know Link, right? You know him.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Link. He's a huge NASCAR fan, and I'm just thinking about that meme. It's like, you cannot live with your own failure. Where'd that bring you? Back to me. Like, we'll always make fun of NASCAR around
Of course.
Like I'll always make fun of them. I'm like, Tennessee redneck NASCAR. Like I'll always like say stuff like that, and I'll say stuff like that to them, and my mom's in there like, hey, NASCAR is the first sport coming back. And I'm thinking,
I think NASCAR is just ripe for making fun of. I think everything down from their fans to just the whole culture around it.
the car like driving around in a circle.
Yes.
Like you turn left.
Right.
Although again, I won't knock NASCAR. Like
It's
if I sat down and watched a race, I'd get sucked into it.
and that might be a fear actually. That'd be a fear that I would get sucked into it.
No, I do not want to get sucked in. I mean, I have no choice. Do I have a choice? I have to get sucked into NASCAR. It's all there is.
Is this what's gonna take? Is like that's the only thing available? So we watch it.
Oh yeah, it's like you have no option.
So this first return NASCAR race, May 17th, at the Darlington Raceway. Wow.
I bet I'm gonna be watching out. And they'll be like, "Where are the item boxes?
Right.
Where are the item boxes? Where's the banana peels?"
Right. Yeah.
I'd be looking at the second place guy like, "Throw a red shell! Throw a red shell!"
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
That's what they should convert it
man.
to is
yeah, like
Mario
throw
Kart.
banana peels.
Right.
Like, all right, I ran to an item box. Oh, what'd I get? Oh, damn it, I got the blooper. Although the blooper would actually be damn useful in NASCAR. It's like you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah. Man, how far are we from real Mario Kart? Because that I would watch. I'd be a huge fan.
I mean, nobody's died in NASCAR since Dale Earnhardt. So, I mean that's one element of Mario Kart. Like you can't blow up. You can't fall in the lava. You can't. Well, I mean, you
no rainbows.
You can't fall off a cliff.
Right.
Wait. One track that's actually like very very similar to NASCAR in Mario Kart.
Yes.
So,
And apparently Rainbow Road. Which one are you looking at?
Is hold up, let's share my screen. Baby Park from Mario Kart Double Dash. Look at it.
There it is. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, is that not NASCAR?
That is NASCAR for sure.
Yeah, it's absolutely NASCAR.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is the updated Mario Kart 8 version of it.
I love it.
It's so like I mean it's accurate.
They should build that for real, man. I would totally be into that.
Yeah, it's just gameplay footage of it. It was also in Mario Kart DS.
That's awesome.
This is it in Mario Kart 8.
That's awesome. Apparently, Rainbow Road.
This is when it was made into a custom Black Ops 3 map.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's if there was a Mario Kart track made for NASCAR.
Yeah, I have you started driving yet?
I kind of can't.
Oh, okay. Wait, you're old, or wait, do you have to wait another year? I can't remember.
I'm old enough to get my permit.
Okay. Right on.
But I need to read my driver's manual. That's something I need to do.
Oh, okay. You know, whenever you get around to it. I imagine
the stuff on the test is kind of straightforward.
I mean, yeah, don't hit people, like don't run red lights. You know, stuff.
Just don't hit people.
Yeah.
You can drive at least 15 miles an hour above the speed limit here. So
that's not a hard and fast rule, but I imagine your appreciation for NASCAR will increase even more so once you start driving.
All
as
I'm
well.
thinking about is like the movie Cars.
I do, yes.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking of.
Lightning McQueen.
It's just like, and and I remember there's this weird obsession on this Discord server on USD actually, about Chick Hicks, the green car, like Michael Keaton,
Yes.
like when he voices him. Whatever it is, just Kachiga.
It's all about the Piston Cup. Piston Cup.
Oh yeah, you gotta win the Piston
Gotta
Cup.
win the Piston Cup.
Like I'm gonna.
Yeah. Although, well, not here, but I guess a Korean baseball starting up too.
Oh yeah, Korean baseball. Heard about that. There's actual
the
baseball
the,
in
the KBO.
it's halfway across the planet.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're. I don't know what their rules are. I don't know if they're playing with spectators. I'm gonna have to look all that up.
No spectators.
No
I've seen
spectators?
clips.
Yeah, so I guess there'll be a good test case. I guess if nobody gets sick there and it kind of works out, they'll model it over here, I suppose.
Yeah.
But still, it'll be interesting to watch what happens over there. Yeah, slowly but surely it's coming back though.
Yeah.
And I think they're actually broadcasting Korean baseball games on ESPN because they have nothing else
they
going
have
on.
been.
I don't even know if they're doing live. I think they're on at like 1 in the morning or whatever. But
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not staying up until 1 in the morning to watch Korean baseball.
I mean, I would. For a while, I would. Cause I would watch on YouTube the Korean baseball players. The home run hitters were for a while known for their extravagant bat flips.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if you saw the
Although let's be honest, the guy who made bat flips famous was Jose Bautista.
yes, for sure.
That home run that Jose Bautista hit is like, when you take into context everything that happened in the half inning prior, it's like 360 no scoping a guy that teabagged you in Call of Duty. Like I've been in that situation in
Sure,
Destiny
sure.
where somebody would kill me and then they'd teabag me, or
Right.
they'd send me a message. I remember on PS4, I remember there was a guy, like I was playing a game of D2 and there was a guy just AFK sitting at his spawn. I remember I'm sitting there, I'm like if you see someone AFK in an FPS, you're not just gonna not kill them.
Sure. Yeah.
I remember
Add that to the total. Yes.
I killed him, and he was like, "Hey, don't kill an AFK person, man. You know your manners." And then like he ends up killing me, and I think he ended up teabagging me, but I ended up he ended up his team ended up winning, but I ended up having the way better game than him.
Sure.
And then he ends up messaging me like, "Yeah, you learned your lesson." I'm like, dude, nobody who plays casual in an FPS cares about their team winning.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Like, let's be serious. When you play Call of Duty, you don't get bummed out that your team lost. You get bummed out because you had 10 more deaths than you had kills.
Yeah. Get your head in the game. That's it. Go to the bathroom later. Go get that drink later.
I suck at Call of Duty, though. I suck. Like, I cannot play COD.
That's yeah, so I mean Destiny 2 is your game, so
Oh yeah, Destiny 2 is just, I've been playing so much of that. Like, I'm playing so much more of it. Even though Guardian Games has been a total disaster. And if you play D2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Hunters, they got nerfed for once in their lives, and now they're whining to Bungie about having the game rigged. Meanwhile, me, a Warlock man, have been stuck at the bottom of the barrel ever since 2014. So I'm just sitting there like, oh, Bungie hates you? Oh, wow, you struggle to gain an extra step because of your class? Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow, I can't imagine what that's like. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you suffer so much. Oh God. Oh, let me press F for you on my keyboard. Let me just put such an F in the chat. Let me just press F on this keyboard for you right now. Oh, just let me press F for you on the world's smallest keyboard. Oh, you suffer so much. Oh, I feel for you, hunters. Oh, it's totally not like every single time I roll storm trance, I end up getting blade barraged by one of you, and it's oh god, it's totally your fault that and you're totally so skilled, even though the game literally programmed animations for you to look cool and skilled while doing things. If you know, you know.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, shiver me timbers. Anyway, I'd like to get some other things.
Okay, what do you got? What's next on the list?
Andy Dalton got signed by the Cowboys.
Okay.
Honestly, for Jerry Jones, damn good investment. You're paying $20 million less dollars to go 8-8.
Yeah, exactly.
When Dak Prescott's asking for the entire GDP of France.
Right. I think he looked at Jerry Jones's checkbook and he's like, well, he can afford this, right? So.
Yeah, Dak Prescott is like, oh yeah, just give me your checkbook. Meanwhile, Andy Dalton's like, hey, I'll play for $7 million. Yeah. Jerry Jones is like, hey,
okay,
look, this game manager signed with me for $30 million less bucks.
Right.
I cannot talk right now. But yeah, essentially, nuclear take right here. Dak Prescott and Andy Dalton are essentially the same tier of quarterback. They're both game managers. They can't win games on their own. Meanwhile, Dak Prescott did put up a decent season last year. You got to remember he's playing with a behemoth of an offense.
Yes.
And
oh, I didn't forget.
But he has a titanium offensive line, and no amount of advanced stats can get me to change my mind on that one. Yeah, Andy Dalton. He's essentially the same. They're essentially the same quarterback.
Right.
They're good. Like they're not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but they're not like franchise guys.
Yeah, at a huge discount too. So
yeah, an insane discount for Andy Dalton. So
yeah, here's Dalton's got $4 million in incentives, which one of them kicks in if he plays 35% of snaps. The other one kicks in if he plays 50% of Super Bowl snaps, and then he gets another incentive if they win the Super Bowl. So the last two probably unlikely. The first scenario, you never know. 35% is a lot, but
you keep being you, Jerry boy.
Yeah, and Jerry Jones definitely orchestrated this for sure.
Jerry Jones.
Probably with promise of a lot of playing time or some playing time or any playing time, but yeah, and he got to keep a couple zeros off the checkbook.
Oh yeah, keep quite a few zeros off the checkbook. He can upgrade his jumbotron with how much money he's saving.
So yeah, definitely an interesting move, and one that we can laugh at because we don't care. We don't like the Cowboys. So
we don't like the Cowboys. Nobody likes the Cowboys. Like honestly, from a business standpoint, when you say you have two people, you have two employees that essentially have the same amount of qualifications, same amount of skill.
Sure. Okay.
Do you pay? Like would you pay one that is asking for a way cheaper salary, or do you pay for one that's asking for a way more expensive salary? Like it's from like a business standpoint, it's not even business; it's arithmetic.
Right. From a business standpoint,
you take the same amount for less.
Right.
That's like money 101.
That's just good business.
Yeah, it's good.
That's just good business.
Yeah, it's just smart. Like, it's not even good business. That's basic business.
That's business 101 right there, yes.
I know Jerry Jones doesn't like Dak Prescott. Like, Jerry Jones is like, dude, you're... Like, sorry to say, man, but you're not the destined savior of this franchise. Like, sure you're good,
Right, but
but
the
you're not
savior
amazing.
or yeah, an amazing QB. Yeah. Well, good luck to Dallas, I guess.
Andy Dalton.
Enjoy your 8-8
Andy Dalton.
season.
Uh, and am I saying that Andy Dalton's going to start for the Cowboys? Of course not. Dak Prescott is going to be starting.
Right, of course.
Like, do I want Andy Dalton to start? Absolutely.
I yes.
want him to start. That would be hilarious. Dude, I love if he ended up torching the Giants week 1 on Sunday Night Football and I go to bed with this sour feeling and I go to school, first day of school, the next day. And then with the sour feeling of we just got shredded by Andy
freaking Dalton.
Like
I will make fun of you for that, but
oh no, like if it comes down to it, I'd rather get shredded. I'd rather the Giants get shredded by Andy Dalton than Dak Prescott because let's face it, I make fun of Dak. Like Dak Prescott is like the most made fun of athlete in the NFL.
Right now, yes.
But yeah, Dak Prescott absolutely. Like I'm there, and he doesn't deserve all the hate he gets. Like he's not overrated. Like Dak Prescott is not overrated. The qualifications for being overrated are so skewed. Like to be overrated, the majority of a community needs to think you're better than you actually are. Dak Prescott, if you ran a poll among all NFL fans, I guarantee at least 90% of them would say that Dak Prescott's overrated. If the majority thinks he's overrated, then he's not. Right. That's not how being overrated works.
Right. No.
Is he overrated by Cowboys fans? Yes. He's He's overrated by his own fan base, but he's not overrated by the majority of the league.
Right.
Same thing with Derek Jeter. He's overrated by the Yankee fan base, but he's not overrated in the scheme of the entire MLB community because the majority, like 90% of baseball fans, think Derek Jeter is overrated. And don't even get me started on the sabermetric community. Like, don't even get me started on sabermetrics. I like them. I think they're a decent way. It's like alcohol, okay? Sabermetrics are like beer.
Okay, explain.
A little bit, a decent amount, it's fine for you.
Sure. Too much?
It could actually you'll have a good time.
Right.
If you have like a right amount.
Sure, you might even become.
But if you have too much, you'll end up saying that Yasmani Grandal is a Hall of Famer. and I'm talking about in the same scenario if you drink too much beer and if you worship sabermetrics.
Right.
Because there are only two kinds of people that will say that: someone who is incredibly wasted, and someone who worships sabermetrics.
Sure. Or Yasmani Grandal's parents, but and even that.
I like Yasmani Grandal. I hate using him as an example.
It's a good example.
And even me as a Yankee fan, dude, analytics love the Yankees.
Sure.
Like they say that Aaron Judge is a top 3 player in baseball. But I mean, they're saying that he's better than Nolan Arenado and Cody Bellinger. Meanwhile, I know in my heart of hearts, he's not better than them.
Right, and you got to be on the field to be better than them. But that's another story. Like,
I mean, if he's on the field when Aaron Judge is on his game, he's better than Bellinger and Arenado. Don't get it twisted.
Sure,
as a hitter, at least, when he's on his game, when he's hot, he's a top 3 player in baseball when he's hot.
Sure.
But in the grand scheme of things, I know in my heart of hearts, like in hockey, I can justify using analytics a little more. Although one of my friends who shall remain nameless thinks that Valerie Nikushkin is better than Patrick Kane, and he thinks Patrick Kane is a bad player because his red line goes defense. Like I don't. Like, meanwhile, Patrick Kane has, 90 points this season, so... Am I saying Patrick Kane is good defensively? No. Am I saying Alexander Ovechkin is good defensively? Hell no. But to say that Patrick Kane is not an NHL player is just ignorant, man.
Oh, sure. For sure.
But you gotta find a good balance between analytics and... Like with me, I've found a good balance. I'm I'm about to say something that's about probably going to make you hate me. I don't think Martin Brodeur is the greatest goalie of all time because, like even though he's the all-time wins leader, although as we've stated before, it works same thing with pitchers. Wins are not the important stat. You got to remember, Marty Brodeur played in front of a stacked defense.
Sure.
Although in 2012 he was a massive part of, like, a good case I can't say for him being the GOAT is that when he was 40, he ended up becoming one of the biggest contributors on a Devils team that was 2 games away from winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. So wait, who do you think is the greatest goalie of all time? If not Brodeur.
Patrick Waugh or Dominic Hasek. Dominic Hasek had no doubt the best stretch for any goalie ever.
Sure.
But either Waugh or Hasek. You could make a case for Brodeur. Like, is there even a, like, they all have strength. It's tough to pick one. Because if you're talking about longevity, definitely Brodeur. Like,
Sure.
if you want one for the long haul, definitely Marty.
Right.
If you want one for the postseason, Patrick Waugh.
Sure.
But if you want a goalie in their prime, Dominic Hasek.
Right. So yeah, if only you could combine all 3 of them, but
Well, if you combined all 3 of them, you get Mackenzie Blackwood. That's what you get.
yeah, don't I wish? All right. Well, all right. Now you know.
I was a Blackwood stan before it was cool.
I know. You can
Before
also
it was
see
cool,
who's
I was a Blackwood stan.
you can see who the quarantine's making delusional right now. So like,
You gotta admit that was some fine delivery.
it is. That's awesome.
Like, whenever you say something and it's like something you say perfectly segues like it's an amazing punchline.
Sure.
Like, that was one of those moments right there.
It's
Where
like
you're
a good
like,
joke.
oh yeah, you combine all 3, you get Mackenzie Black. That was just perfect.
That was good. Yeah, I was talking to a friend yesterday. They're like, man, I'm just waiting for hockey to come back. I'm like, dude, I don't know if it's coming back.
Dude, I'm a Devils fan.
I know, we don't care.
Hockey's done nothing but make me miserable.
Now, granted, he's a Rangers fan, so I could give a crap at what he thinks, but
Like, don't care about what Rangers fans think.
I don't. So I don't. I read this article. I wanted to see what you thought about it. They talked to Eli Manning about the Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was opening up Microsoft Edge, which I know that's gonna end up murdering my reputation. But
Edge.
Eli
Manning.
Like Manning. Brady's gonna have
It's gonna have a tough time.
Brady's gonna have a very rough season in Tampa Bay. The typical Eli Manning stuff.
Well, I like that they went to Manning. Manning beat him twice. Got a couple
He
rings.
knows how to beat him.
Yeah, and but he was like, "Hey man, this is tough. He's going in cold. He's got to learn a whole new system, new players, new everything, new climate,
Although Bruce Arians is good with quarterbacks.
new environment, and it's gonna be tough." But I say if anybody could do it, it's probably Tom Brady, even at age 42.
Yeah, Tom Brady. I think this is going to be I don't think this. I wish this happened more in his prime because then it would sell the argument of Brady being a system quarterback.
Sure.
Which I think is the most stupid argument ever. They got Tom Brady's the product of Bill Belichick.
Come on.
No, he's not.
Come on.
But was he enhanced by Belichick?
Absolutely. Sure.
Belichick is the Emperor Palpatine of the NFL.
Right.
He is a genius. But Brady is still probably in his own right the greatest of all time.
I agree with
in
that.
the 6 Super Bowls, they speak for themselves.
Sure, he's
It
got a
speaks
whole
for itself.
He's got a whole
He won
infinity
6
gauntlet of
Super
rings.
Bowls.
Yes.
He went on those drives to win those games. Granted, there was a lot of bullshit along the way, but
Sure, came back from what some thought was an insurmountable lead by the Falcons. He's done. Yeah.
okay, first of all, that was not 100% Brady. There was a lot of Brady,
Sure.
but that was also the Falcons.
Collapsing.
Like-
Yes. Sure. I agree. It was a team effort on the Falcons'
And I
part.
was like, so sorry to go to the history well again, but that was like Stalingrad. was like Stalingrad in December.
No,
Like,
go to
dude,
the
just don't do that.
go to the sports history. Well, what is
That
sports
was the
if
Falcons.
not looking back on great games? What is sports without that? It's pretty boring. So
Oh yeah, what is sports without fans acting like they're geniuses, acting like they know more than everyone else?
of course,
Like what is sports without knee-jerk jackasses like
of
that?
course, that's what makes it.
Thinking they're a genius when they have the power of hindsight.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, because they had the same exact opinion before the thing ended up playing out. I'm totally not speaking on Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Oh man, I just remember when I'm really gonna miss about the baseball season not starting on time right now. There's no, we don't get to pick the Yankee Player of the Week right now. I forgot.
Oh God!
I forgot.
You
We have a
gotta be
whole
kidding me.
we
We
have a
don't
whole
have the Kevin Woolley Show Yankees Player of the Week.
we have a whole prize closet full of prizes to divvy out to the Yankees Player of the Week.
Oh,
Just
I have a
building.
closet full of things.
We're just building
Oh
up.
no, I've got a homemade marble run I made in STEM class.
Oh
I've
wow!
got
Did you get
duct tape.
Did you get inspired by marble racing by the Marbula One?
No, oh no, it was like whenever in school, it's actually really cool what we do. Like my STEM teacher, well, we call it STEAM at my school, but
Right.
but for you casuals out there, it's at STEM. Pretty much. I'll actually put my camera over to. Wait a second.
All
I
right.
gotta
Cool.
prop
We get
this
to
thing
see.
up.
We get to see the
Hold up,
marble run.
just
All
gotta
right. All right.
Prop it up, kind of
Behind
like
the
that.
scenes, everybody.
There we
Get a
go.
look, everyone.
Pretty much, we were told to make something out of cardboard and
Okay.
tape. I threw this together in like 20 minutes.
Right. Wow. I like the purple duct tape.
The chapstick is supposed to be at the bottom to prop it up.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I see that.
I made it out of an old Amazon box in my closet.
Yeah. And are those cardboard tubes? From,
Yeah,
paper
toilet
towels?
paper.
Okay.
Toilet paper rolls. Yeah.
That's what you do with the leftover rolls. All right. It's very green, very recycled. I like it.
Oh yeah, very good. Again, I just immediatally just thought of it on the fly.
Purple's a
By
nice
the
touch.
way, just gonna flex my genius right there.
The purple's it's very Baltimore Ravens right there. You know,
Baltimore Ravens. I
or
don't care about
or
the
Colorado
Baltimore
Rockies.
Ravens.
I know you don't, but
I couldn't
purple
care
tape
less
was a
about the
nice touch.
Baltimore Ravens.
When this is over, I want to build that mile-long marble run like on the YouTube videos. That is awesome.
You gotta build one in the studio.
You know, maybe we could. Maybe we could get one of those. Yeah.
Make it out of pool noodles. Pool noodles and nail it into the wall.
Yeah, we'll get some dominoes. We'll build a whole whatever that machine is called.
Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, we'll
machines.
build a whole Goldberg machine for sure. And the last thing it'll do is turn on the mixing board or something, and then we start podcasting. That would be cool.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Ah, yeah. Imagine what a mess that would be, as if the place isn't cluttered enough.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Your studio is the ultimate nerd explosion.
And we're gonna keep it that way, and I can't wait to get back
Yeah.
there. So, but
Oh, dude, we gotta do so much stuff.
can't wait.
What I gotta do, I gotta bring my PlayStation over there. We gotta play MLB.
Oh yeah, man. All right, yeah, I got to get on that. I saw they
Yeah,
were
you
doing
gotta-
I saw they were doing a players tournament, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, I think Blake Snell won because of course he did.
Yeah, but they got some hardcore gamers on there. Hunter Pence is one of the contestants, and I think he only went 11 and 18, and he's a
Yeah.
pretty competitive gamer. I've played. Oh man.
Oh yeah, didn't you stream with him?
I've
Didn't
streamed
you
with
play
him.
Smash with him?
I play Smash with him and Mario Kart, and he destroys me at both of them because when they're not
Playing
playing
beef fried probably.
when
do
they're
that.
not playing baseball, when they're on charter flights back and forth stadiums, or even if they're chilling out, that's all they do is play Mario Kart and Smash. Him and
Oh
his
yeah,
teammates.
like you can do it on the Switch definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, he was trash talking me. It was relentless. I felt pretty
Oh god.
I felt pretty bad. But
Yeah,
you know what?
The good insults they'll stick to you.
Yeah, you know what though? Competitive athlete, competitive gamer. You don't lose it.
Oh.
You don't lose that edge, no matter who you're
I'm
playing.
competitive.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I play an esport. I play in the MCHL. Why do I not have a girlfriend yet?
Well, find yourself a girl who is also a competitive gamer. They're out there, man. They're out there.
Yeah, I know they're out there. I'm just making a joke.
They're
It's
out
like I
there.
play Minecraft hockey, unironically.
Hey man, that's
I've had a essentially I've actually been playing pretty well in that.
so I'm looking. Blake Snell went 24-5, so I guess a 29 game season.
Oh yeah, Blake Snell just he streams when he wasn't playing baseball. He streams Fortnite,
Right.
which I mean, you know how I feel about Fortnite. I'm not a fan of it, but
I played it. It's fun. I stink, but hey, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's dumb fun for a bit, but it didn't deserve to become a worldwide phenomenon.
I mean, many factors came together where it did. So, yeah, 100% went
Yeah,
11 and 18. So not great. So wow. So yeah, Blake Snow must be a heck of a gamer, man. And
Yeah, he is.
Joey Gallo came in second.
Oh, Joey Gallo, that was
Wow.
I think he beat Lucas Giolito in the finals.
He did. He did beat Lucas Giolito. I don't. I don't.
No, Boba Fett was quite vocal in there.
Yeah. So
I know
guess
Tommy Canley was the Yankees.
yeah, Giolito got
representative.
swept. I guess they played best 3 out of 5, and yeah, Giolito got swept, man.
Yeah, Blake Snell, he will.
Blake Snell only lost 1 game in the playoffs in the
Oh, dude,
his whole
that is
playoff run.
insane.
Wow, wow, good for him. Oh well, wait, what was the prize? Do you get to be on the cover next year?
Hell no, I would hate to be on the cover of MLB The Show.
Is there an MLB The Show curse?
I don't know, but it's not exactly
Ringing endorsement
yeah.
okay, fair enough. I'll have to grab that. We'll definitely play for sure. It's the only way we'll see Yankees Orioles right now. And I didn't see the results of it, but I think they did a Devils simulated game. I can't remember which years they put together, but they did 2 classic teams playing against each other. And I gotta check that out. I missed the simulated regular season games though, as weird as it sounded. Especially when they got actual commentators to do it. So that was fun. Anyways, you got anything else?
I'm trying to look, seeing if anything broke on Twitter. Hold
That
on.
that's a stretch.
Yeah, I want to see if something broke. I don't know. You never know. Oh God, Jadeveon Clowney's trending.
Uh-oh.
Uh, um. Nah, it's no
Nothing crazy.
false alarm.
All right, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, a
False
week from
alarm.
now, we can announce what's going on with the MLB
Yeah,
season.
absolutely.
And yeah, but I'm all for it, man. If you want to go into 3 divisions, and we can watch the Yankees beat up on the Mets, the Phillies, the Pirates, and the Marlins, and the Nationals. Hey, bring it on! I'll watch that. I'll even cheer for the Yankees in that case. 'Cause I don't care about any of those National League teams. Definitely don't care about the Phillies. Nationals, Marlins, Pirates. You know what? Maybe Baltimore will even take a couple of those games just to prove some AL superiority. I'm not holding my breath or anything, but hey, you know what? That maybe they'll even win more games. No, then they'd be over 500 if they played 100 games. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just want some baseball.
Yeah. We all want baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, bring it back safely though. Safely.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
All right. Yeah. So that was a round hour. That was good. So, anyways, from Ming Chen and the Shared Universe Podcast Studio, I'm Cameron Woolley. Stay classy, New Jersey.